All right, it's already been a wild morning.
It's like when you know the weekend is just like not good.
I'm ready for Monday. Like it's not even 9:30 on Sunday, and I'm like, please Monday.
I'm ready for Tuesday.
Yeah, any day.
He doesn't have therapy Monday.
Any day, but right now today, it's just been, man, this Toodles thing, this Mickey Mouse Toodles, like it's. Cal is he's making the Toodles character out of Play-Doh. And I swear, like, if one thing is, if like the little Play-Doh ear I mean, it's Play-Doh, so it's just, it bends. It's not perfect, you know? And then it dries and it cracks and it falls apart. And it's like, oh no, if it's not perfect, man, it is on.
He wants it fixed right that second, and you can't fix it the right way.
It's impossible. It's just impossible. Like, I want to write Mickey Mouse a letter and go, hey, why did you make Toodles? Like, it's totally unfair, man.
He wants everything to be perfect. It's crazy.
Well, as parents of autism know, this is just this is the deal. It's just one. I mean, this is one of those days, man. It's just this Mickey Mouse Toodles. But the thing about it is, it's like it also, when it is perfect and everything, like, it makes him so happy, you know. And he goes on these adventures with Toodles, which is so cool. But the second I'm talking about a little divot in Toodles, or the eye is just a little, you know.
I know, and he's biting himself. His poor hand looks awful.
Yeah, we've got to get back working on that. He was doing so good for a minute, and then with the bite bracelets and everything, and it's, you know, well, the pendulum swings in the autism world. You're there, you think you're there, right? Like, it's like, oh, the biting thing's over. He's down. He doesn't do it anymore.
I feel like whenever we say that, though, it happens.
I know.
Like, his therapist was just talking to me about it. How this summer he hasn't been biting, and now as soon as she said it, it's been happening.
Yeah, it's also, too, like, just when you think about it, you don't even have to say it. I'll catch myself thinking about something like, why did I just think that? Like, because I thought that, it's going to come back, you know?
It always comes back.
Real quick, thank you to one of our sponsors, Warrior Mom. That's Tracy Slepcevic. The book is called Warrior Mom. You can get it at warriormom.org. This is a mother's journey in healing her son with autism, talking about the underlying conditions of autism. It's a really interesting book. I know that kind of that secondary title there, it really drives a lot of questions, which I love because it inspires people to do a lot of research. Warriormom.org to connect with Tracy, get the book. We were one of the first people to read the book. I thought that was pretty cool.
I read it in a day.
Yeah, in one day. So also Tracy has designed and is putting on the first ever Autism Health Summit, which is coming early in 2024. You can get details on that. Tickets actually are already available. This is going to sell out. Autismhealth.com for that. That's going to be in beautiful San Antonio, Texas, at a nice big resort.
Sounds nice.
Great place for autism parents to get together and interact and share stories and thoughts and perspective. Autismhealth.com for that summit. We will see you there early in 2024. Also, on the Gulf Coast of Florida, the original Krabby Bills. This is where Melissa and I go to, well, we have date night once a week.
Oh, yeah.
It's our rule. It's like, now, of course, when they're reading, you know, when they're reading the vows, they didn't put in date night once a week. But had we known about autism coming in years, we would have said put it in there. Because you got to have it in there, right?
We've always done it, though.
Well, but it's more important now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Listen, we've always done it because it was fun. Let's be honest. Now, now we do it because, well, we need to do it.
I know. Should we do it today?
No. And our spot is actually, it is we've actually already earned it, to be honest with you.
I'm like, all the screaming. I'm like, oh my God.
Original Krabby Bills, Indian Rocks Beach, live music every day. They've got some unbelievable specials coming up, including July 31st. We're taping this on the 30th, so we have to wait till tomorrow. But till August 6th, dollar oysters at the original Krabby Bills.
Wow, it starts tomorrow.
Yeah, and so much of our audience is outside of Florida now, and that's a great problem because we're growing and growing and growing. We appreciate that. But many people visit here, the Gulf Coast of Florida. So Indian Rocks Beach, Krabby Bills, they support our daily autism platform. We appreciate them very, very much. So thank you for that. So we were talking about Cal and talking about, the summer and getting back to normal. And there's never been a summer where I'm like, please, let's get back to the routine. And I hate routines. Like, I think they're boring, you know?
You do.
I hate. I'm like, oh, another day of the same thing, and now I'm like, oh, please, another day of the same thing, and it's just because it's better for him. He really likes. I know what I'm doing, and we've gotten pretty good at like the night before setting out the next day.
Oh yeah,
and walking him through it.
And he doesn't take summers off. I mean, he's been at a therapy center all summer, but that means like I'm driving an hour twice a day.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for school time too. So it's like a much faster trip.
I think that's kind of just indicative of the special needs parent culture, special needs parent lifestyle. What's better for your child is usually more challenging for the parent. Right.
Yeah,
it's
but you
more,
have to do what you have to do.
Yeah, it's just more restricted. That's just kind of like something I've learned is the sacrifices are necessary. It's just that there's more of them. It's like, I remember, I hear parents now, like when our kids go to football practice or baseball practice, and I hear parents like, oh God, a meeting ran late at work and I had to rush over here. And I'm like, oh, boo hoo hoo. You and your late meeting.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, but I used to complain about things like that. I used to go, oh God, traffic was terrible. And my boss, and now I'm just like, oh, boo hoo hoo, and your late meeting.
Yeah. Other people's like what they think their problems are. And then special needs parents' problems are way different.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that, this is like, I've got 2 kids on 2 different travel teams. I'm like, oh. Sit down. Let me tell you some stories.
I know.
Come here, sit down. I'm going to tell you some stories.
It's funny.
2 kids
It's
on
funny.
2 different travel teams. Oh, man. Those were the good old days, man.
It's funny, though. Like, our kids obviously know this lifestyle that we live. So they even are like, when other people complain, they're like, really? You can't handle 1 kid? Our kids say it.
I know.
They're like, that's the easiest thing ever.
We will listen, honestly, it's, I mean, you only know what you know. I never expect anybody to understand.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, you only know what you know.
It's true.
It just actually, it kind of is refreshing because it's nice to hear, people kind of complaining about these things where it's like, listen, trust me, you've got a handle on it. You do. You feel like you don't, but you do. But then there's some parents really going through some stuff, and obviously we understand that. And then it's, I would never say we have a handle on it ever on this stuff because you just. First off, you can't because, Cal doesn't. Every day is different. And so it's impossible for us, kind of like this secondary party, to have a handle on it. But when I hear people like, oh my gosh, it's like, how am I going to get him from here to there and then back there? And I'm like, you have 1 kid. There's a mom and a dad. You got both sets of grandparents that live in town. You got sisters and brothers that live here. You got neighbors. You've got 30 people you can call to help you. And you're not sure how you're going to get this done.
Well, it's like people when they're like, oh my God, you have 5 kids. Like, how do you do it? And it's like, you just figure it out. It's like you said, you only know what you know. So you have to figure it out. And then you add special needs on top of it, and that's a whole different ballgame.
Well, that's the whole thing, too. It's like when people are like, you guys have 5 kids? Like, I couldn't imagine. I'm like, oh, that's the 5 kids is the easy part. Don't even, I mean, that's, that's nothing, but it's when you're adding in, the special needs aspect and just what he needs. I mean, that's the thing. It's not, some people, I've kind of noticed this, I guess the word maybe is cruel. I don't know that they're doing it to be cruel. They just don't know. But it's special needs, not special wants. Some people are like, oh, well, if he keeps having a meltdown because of his iPad, then just throw the iPad away and forget about it. It's like, no, you don't understand. Like, that's a big source of communication for him. He actually, in a sense, communicates with himself based on what he's consuming on the iPad. It's a special need. It's not a special want. Now, are there kids whose parents have essentially turned them into kind of brats? Because it's like, here's 15 iPads and $1,000 Visa gift card. Go get a bunch of video games and put them on your app, and yeah, that happens.
Right.
That happens. That's, that's fine. Those are typical kids. And, their parents have whatever. Like, a lot of parents will say, oh, my kid's a brat. And I'm like, well, your kid's not a brat. You just probably, didn't reinforce some things you need to reinforce. But then you have special needs children. It's totally different. Like, Cal couldn't be a brat if he wanted to.
Well,
doesn't even it's, what I mean? It's like, it is special. It's funny because you hear about needs and wants.
Yeah.
Like, this is special needs.
Right.
It's not special wants.
He doesn't even know.
That's what
like,
I'm saying.
The wants.
Right.
Like,
it's just
he would never ask for something for us to buy him.
Yeah.
His whole thing is that, like you said, his way of communicating, like keeping himself busy. He can't just go outside and kick a ball with a sibling or a friend down the street. He can't go ride his bike. He doesn't have play dates.
Which our kids, his siblings, want him to do so bad.
I know.
They want him to go and play and throw the football. I was just saying this would have been his first year in the flag football league. Because he's 6, he just turned 6 a couple days ago. But this would have been his first year because you can play 6 in this league, and when our kids started, that was really cool. That was fun to see them develop. He started at such a young age, and so.
And they started at 6.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. This would have been it for him. He would have been, not possible right now. Hey, I do believe in never say never. Because there's just been too many things in life where people just say, nope, never, no, won't happen. And then, you put your head down, you make some things happen. You've done a great job with his therapies and the consistencies of it and researching and talking to people. And, he's come such a long way. And, this was his first birthday that he didn't totally hate. He hates birthdays. He's scared of them. But he wasn't like totally in hatred of this birthday. He was curious about it.
He liked to talk about it. He had presents ahead of time and not the day of.
Right.
He wanted his cake. He wanted us to sing a little bit.
One of the verses.
Quietly.
Yeah.
He did not do candles. But yeah, he was like happy it was his birthday.
Yeah, so instead of like no birthday song, it was just the quickest birthday song ever. It was like, happy birthday to you. And he goes, okay, stop, thank you, stop. And then, okay, that's 5-6 more words than we've ever gotten before.
Yeah, exactly.
So, let's never say never.
Yeah. On a day like this, I feel like I zone out because he's been screaming forever.
You are. I'm looking at your face. I'm like, hello, we're here. Come back. Come back.
I'm like,
where'd you go? Come back.
No, it's like awful when he's like that because then it's like I have to go to work later and I feel bad leaving you guys. And I don't know what's going to make him happy today. I'm like, should I stop and get more Play-Doh? I'm not sure.
Well,
I'm hoping he'll snap out of it and get in the pool.
Yeah. Well, we just prepare ourselves and we handle it, Yeah. That's the thing. It's like I always try to tell myself, hey, first off, I should say, and I'm not going to lose this thought, but Melissa did her first TikTok video yesterday, everybody. She's very proud of herself. And
oh my God.
But where I'm going with this is, when you're like, I don't know what the rest of the day is going to be like, but you did this video. It was a great video. And just talking about, I sort of thought I was ready for this, but I wasn't really ready for this. And, there's all these other things that come with autism. But then you look at all the other comments and you're like, yeah, we're not alone. Like we're not alone. I'm not even talking about aliens. Like we're not alone. They're out there. No, it's like these are real people like living in America or all over the world, whatever. And so how many people were writing like, I feel you, girl. Same thing here. It's, it's like, yeah, like, because you can start to feel a little like, because, it's like you look at like your neighbors and your friends and your kids' other friends. You're like, man, nobody knows like what's going on. Like they don't understand. So you start to feel like nobody understands. But then you do something like a TikTok video and you're like, all these people understand. Yes.
Well, that's why I like this whole autism platform that we're doing is because it's making people feel not alone. To say that our 6-year-old's been biting himself all morning is not like a typical thing you hear from people.
No.
So our neighbors or friends, like they wouldn't understand.
My blood pressure, so most people say, oh, my blood pressure's crazy right now. It's like because you're mad or angry, people say that. But like mine is just like because I don't know how to get any control over this. The biting, the self hitting, the like when he's wanting to find his toodles so bad, I'm like, God, I just wish I had X-ray vision to find the toodles. Like I would actually I'd pull $100 out of my pocket and give it to the universe and say, just please show me the toodles.
I know.
Like
and that was the smallest toodles.
Oh gosh, I don't know how we found it, but it's kind of like. I don't know. I've tried to explain this before. I did a lousy job, and this is bad, but it's like these little ice shards running through my veins when he's doing it. And I just feel this like, I know it's not good for my heart, like physically.
I know.
I'm not talking about being sad. I'm talking about like these little ice shards running through my veins because I'm just so like, oh my God, like I just, and then
it is heartbreaking though.
Yeah, but it's weird how your blood gets cold, but then your face gets hot.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, I think that's the part that makes me sometimes want to call 911 for myself. But
I got what was it that I got? Like an Apple Watch or a Fitbit or something.
Yeah.
And I was wearing it for like
5
3
minutes.
days or something, and I'm like, this is not healthy. Like my pulse was like, what's it called? Like spiking. And I'm like, I am going to die. Like
You can't die. I just did
but like it was crazy, like my heartbeat.
You can't die because I just did a TikTok video about special needs trusts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so we've got to, like how important it is because so many of these kids are getting, services and stuff like that. Well, if your parents died, then all of a sudden you have all these assets, because like you've inherited a house and you've got cars and whatever. Well, many of these programs are like, whoa, you own all this stuff now. You're not getting, you know what I mean? But I mean, they don't know what to do with this stuff, a house.
No.
And everything. So you have to set up these trusts to protect the services that they're getting. And
wow. There's so much going into it for later on.
Yeah, but you got to do it for peace of mind today. That way, when you're like, okay, inevitably something's going to happen to all of us, right?
Can you do that by yourself or you have to get a lawyer or something?
You should get an attorney.
Yeah.
But so I did research. There's organizations that will help you. Some organizations won't charge you. Others, it's like discounted.
If you're an attorney, can you do your own?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Absolutely. I think you can do your own without an attorney. Here's the thing. You could do most things without an attorney. You can go to a courthouse or clerk of the court. You can file all the paperwork. But the problem is like, if you screw one thing up, then you got to start all over.
Yeah.
It's the attorneys just know. They just know what to do. They know how to do it. And usually they charge you a lot. But there are no, I mean, come on, no one's arguing. The only people arguing with me about that are the attorneys. And I get it. You spent a lot of money in law school and you studied hard. So I got nothing but respect for you. But no, you can there are many places special needs attorneys that specialize in this.
Right.
So that's what I would look for first, but you talked about dying and everything, so I was like, oh no, we need a trust before we do that.
No, because it is like your heart rate and your blood pressure, and then you almost feel sick inside because you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Anyways, going back to that video, it was like early on. I was saying
we need to
basically
make sure, is this good screaming or bad screaming?
I think he's just talking about Toodles.
Okay.
Still.
Just wanted to make sure.
And he's playing with Austin too.
Austin, our youngest daughter, is well, she's holding it down while we do the podcast, to be honest with you. That's what's going on.
Yeah, and I don't know how long we're going to last.
I heard some volume, and I was like, what's that? But I think you're right. I think he's on a journey with Toodles, which is good. Thank God, I'll take it.
Yeah, so it's meet your child where they're at. Everyone's heard that. And early on, I thought I had everything under control with like therapies and stuff, and I did. But what I was wanting in therapies then was like teaching him how to fit into our life. I wanted to teach him how to go out to eat. I wanted to teach him to go to the kids' sporting events and all this stuff. And then I realized now, years later, I don't care about any of that stuff anymore. He doesn't want to go out to eat. He doesn't want to go to the kids' events. And if it means me missing out, then that's what it means.
Basically, what we were trying to do is have him meet us where we were.
Yes.
But what you learn
without our life stopping.
Right. And so, what we learn is, as time goes on, and you can read all the books you want about this kind of stuff. You're just going to have to go through it. Because every child is at a different point. You got to meet him at a different point. So you're right. We had to meet him where he was. And so.
What was important to us was not important to him. And none of that stuff really matters. I mean, now it's Cal's world and we're in it. And that's fine because that's what keeps him safe and happy and healthy.
Sounds like the name of our new book. Cal's World, and we're in it.
Well, it's true.
I like that, actually. It's pretty good. I'm going to write that down. Cal's World, and we're in it.
I mean, our world has changed dramatically.
Yeah.
And our kids.
Yeah.
And we do miss out on things because there's no point in putting him in situations he doesn't want to be in. And some of those situations make people around us feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. I mean, a real world example, because I can't, like, this is why I'm listening to so few podcasts these days, because it's like I can't. If I don't get a real world example, my brain just can't understand it. But this was the first flag football season where you were basically non-existent on the sidelines watching our kids who had an amazing flag football season. Some great games, big time wins. It was awesome. But what we realized was it was more important for him and more valuable for him to really not be out there as much. It was causing more stress for him than what it was worth, which in turn causes more stress for you than what it's worth. So those are like big benefits, right? Less stress for Cal, less stress for you. The kids were a little bummed out. They were sad you weren't there a lot. I was sad you weren't there a lot. But when you put all that together, it was still better to do what we did, right?
Yeah, and it makes me sad.
Don't cry because come on, the season's been over. Stop it. I didn't even bring this up for you to cry.
Oh my gosh.
Gee. But
well, we always say real and
real.
The good, the bad, the ugly,
all
the
of it,
real.
all of
I'm
it.
crying.
Oh,
no, it's because you coach the kids too, and like that's all coming to an end. I mean, they're only little once.
Yeah, it is coming to an end. It is. But jeez.
No, anyways, it wasn't worth putting him in this situation. So I think I went to one game this year, and I only got to stay for 20 minutes.
I think you went to two, and one, yes, you were gone.
I was juggling Tyler's work too. I mean, this is what happens when you have 5 kids and you don't have grandparents around or anyone else to help really. But I was juggling Tyler's work too, so I had to pick him up from work.
This is an unplanned cry. It's pretty good.
I didn't even know it was coming.
Well, it's here. Welcome. Jeez. What a day.
Oh my God.
Actually, I think I'm going to Krabby Bill's by myself today. I think I need a break from everybody.
Oh, would you stop it?
just need to get out of here for a little bit.
No,
If anybody listening wants to meet me at Krabby Bill's, just let me know what time.
No, so part of that, like, yes, I had to miss out, but like it wasn't worth, like you said, the stress.
It was
putting him in situations that he doesn't want to be in. He's big now. I mean, he's like last time I checked, he was 60 pounds. He's probably 63 now.
Oh my God!
I used to pull him in a wagon, and he used to sit there and play Play-Doh. But he sees the park and he sees these kids playing. He's just not able to do that stuff.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to be in his wagon anymore. And
it was a net positive. So I give you that because I said I want to give you a real world example. I don't want to just, spout off sayings and people kind of go, well, what do you mean you had to, it's, I mean, that's a real thing, right? Like when your family was used to this structure and then you have to change the structure. You have to change the structure. You have to switch things around. But it was a net positive overall. Even though there's sadness today about it, it still overall was better. Here's the good news. Will it always be like that? Maybe not. Hey, we've had some seasons. Interestingly enough, when the girls played flag football in their own, in the girl only league, he was great. Like that environment, it just happens to be that this particular league at this particular environment caused him some stress and some irritability and some anxiety. And so you know what I mean? It's all just so. I'm getting those ice things through my vein right now, talking about it.
Please don't die.
I'm getting some ice things through my
gosh.
vein. It's really weird. I'm ice cold now.
Are you serious? I don't know how you feel this stuff. It's weird.
Thanks for all your support. And the last thing she said to me, man, this is weird.
Oh my gosh. No, Cal's not able to just sit in a seat next to me like a 6-year-old.
But then sometimes he is. He's done that before.
Yeah, I mean, it's like he has to be trained to do it, which sounds weird, but he does.
I wonder if the one league, it was like Saturday afternoons, and then but then this other league is night games during the weeknights. Maybe there's something to be said for that. Maybe.
Well, that's part of it. So we tried to do this special needs soccer for him, which was very well organized. It was a very nice thing that the woman did. And
it was great.
And it's free.
Yeah, it was great.
Which is super nice.
No, she worked her butt off to get sponsors, and she had to do all this paperwork to get these grants to make it free for people. I mean, that woman was a hard-working woman, man.
She was very nice.
Yeah.
She has great volunteers, and it was really well set up. But after being at therapy all day long in school and all that, the last thing he wanted to do was go somewhere else. Like he wanted to be home. Those are happy screams, by the way.
Yeah.
He's playing.
Okay. Just trust you on that, man.
They are.
I'm checking my phone. Austin hasn't texted us, so she knows when we're recording to shoot the text. So we're looking pretty good.
No, there's a lot that goes into this, and nobody told me early on any of this stuff, and I wish that they did. I wish doctors and stuff did, but I don't think
of you people that didn't warn Melissa, you suck. How could you
I'm
not
warning
have
you now.
No,
I'm warning you because the doctor didn't say all these things. Your life is going to change. School is going to be an issue. You're going to have a hard time going. You know what I mean? Just everything's going to change. But I don't think they want to scare you.
Yeah.
It's like, here's the diagnosis, and they don't want to scare you.
No, and I don't think they should, honestly.
Now I'm telling you.
No, I know. I just think in the beginning, there's just so much else going on. I just don't know scaring you. I don't. I mean, listen, everybody.
Fine, I agree, but that's why I'm doing this so I can tell people. Because
I don't
nobody
want you
told
to
me.
just agree because I said that. For me, there's already so much, and I just don't know what's scaring I get it. You want to, looking back, it's easy to say, gosh, I wish it would have let me know a little more. I don't think these doctors, when this is all going on and the, is it a pediatric neurologist?
Developmental pediatrician.
Okay. Well, I think that's close. I don't know.
Well, he's a neurologist.
Yeah. I don't even, again, these are white coat situations. They got the white medical coat on. I think it's hard for them because they don't know you. I think it's hard for them to understand like what words would help you.
Well, and they probably don't want to like put you into depression or something.
Well, that's what I mean. I just if they knew you, maybe it's just
fine. They do the right things, but I just think that it's.
Well, I'm not. You don't have to agree with me.
No, I mean I agree that they're in the white coat. Let me just give you an example of
we
something.
Weren't arguing about that. Nobody's going to dispute that. Okay, fine. They're in the white coat. You win. Oh, really? Wow. Geez, I didn't even know that was an issue.
Oh my gosh. No. So this is like an example of like you can't just do something that you would typically do with your other kids. When I'm driving home from therapy with him and I have no idea what I'm cooking for dinner and I think of like Little Caesars, I cannot get him. No, like getting the kids Little Caesars.
Yeah.
I can't park the car, get him out of the car, walk into Little Caesars, grab the pizza and go back to my car and buckle him back up. Like he would not even know what to do in that situation. He wouldn't stand by me.
Yeah.
I just can't go into a store. We need toilet paper. I can't just walk into CVS with him.
Little Caesars, if you would just deliver, it would make our life a lot easier.
I think they do now.
Oh, do they?
Actually,
I've never seen that.
I think like on DoorDash and stuff.
Oh, well, but
okay, fine.
A $20 pizza is like $50 if you do it that way. That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah,
you know what I just heard today?
No, I can't wait.
I'm pretty happy about this. Costco delivers without a membership on Instacart.
Yeah, I've read about it. You pay so much more.
I love Costco.
No, people are like, it's absolutely the biggest ripoff ever.
Oh, man.
Now, again, these are comments I've seen on social media, so I don't know. But it makes sense. I mean, why would people who aren't paying it get the benefit? Like if you're paying it, I'd be mad. I'd be like, wait a minute. So why am I paying it? If you can just get it delivered for free, it's because it's so much more expensive.
Well, yeah, the delivery services.
Yeah, you're paying for that, that convenience. The convenience fees now and everything are crazy.
I know.
Crazy convenience fees.
They are.
Yeah,
they really are. But they have to pay the people. I get it.
No, I get it, but it's just, I guess I think everybody should get a chance to make money. I'm fine with that. My point is, how comfortable do you have to be in your life? Like, do you have all that extra money? If you've got the money and you want to be that comfortable, go for it. But if you're paying 15% more to get things delivered to your house when you can just drive 15 minutes, I'm sorry. I can't get behind that. Don't complain if.
Well, I don't have a membership because I like it so much. I can't go there. Like there's plenty of people that go to Costco and spend $200 to $400 every time they go because it's like they have such good stuff.
Every item is
love it.
$12 to $15. That's how you have to understand Costco.
It is.
Yeah, that's the game. Everything in your cart's $12 to $15 each. So if you buy 10 things, it's like $150. And how often are you going to buy 10 things at Costco? No way. You buy more than that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you go in there for what you need, like meat and stuff and produce, and then you're buying all this.
No, it goes back to special needs, special wants. You go into Costco, you turn into special wants. There's all this stuff. Like, do you really, really need the 15-gallon bin of trail mix? Stop it.
Wow.
Now, is it really good? Yeah, because there's raisins and M&Ms and all kinds of nuts. It's great. But 15 gallons? Stop.
They have Starbucks egg bites there.
Ugh, that's horrible.
You would like the egg bites.
No, I don't know. Starbucks and all the sugar and stuff. Ugh.
No, they're egg bites. Bacon and Gruyere cheese.
Oh, wait, it's not candy?
No, it's an egg bite.
You said Starbucks.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's an egg bite. They have
Starbucks has
stuff.
like real food?
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
It's like, like little eggs that you cook in like a cupcake tin or something.
Weird. From Starbucks.
You would like it.
Yeah, I just think Starbucks, I think like, I don't know.
No, they have eggs. Like they have egg sandwiches. They have egg bites.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea about that.
Now they do like protein pack things.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I've never.
They have food.
That's good for them.
Yeah. But the egg bites are
I
good.
just think of the Macalata for whatever.
No. The only drink I get there is unsweet
I'm
iced
not talking
tea.
about you. I'm just saying
I know.
people, though. That's what they get. They go there for the big
caramel macchiato, frappuccino.
Yeah, people walk out of Starbucks and it's like, that's 1,000 calories and 300 grams of sugar. I hope you're not eating again this week.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, it's crazy.
I know.
Like, I don't know. I've been on kind of a health thing, too, with not, I mean, I think we always eat healthy, and we work out mostly every day, mostly. And I just now getting older, and then with Cal and autism, it's like I don't have time to worry about me being ill in a few years, getting older, because we got to take care of him. I can't worry about being taken care of,
And one thing we really care about is sugar.
Oh, it's the devil, man.
Yeah. So even for Cal, like his eating's not perfect, and he does have sugar in his Uncrustable, but he likes mac and cheese. So I got the Fairlife milk because it has way less sugar than regular milk. Regular milk has a ton of sugar.
Yeah. You actually make a good point, because you can cut little things like that here and there, and then all of a sudden, like, you've made a big difference. Because especially with special needs kids, a lot of them, they'll have a very precise diet, like only a few things they like, but they'll obviously eat a lot of it because it's all they eat. So if you can kind of trim away some things over a course of time, that makes a big difference. Like, I think that's big. Like, even the milk and the sugar, that's big to get a lower, reduced sugar milk.
Yeah, and he doesn't drink milk, but just in his mac and cheese, he's been wanting mac and cheese quite a bit. So.
Yeah, that is back in the rotation.
But you have to make it.
I know.
It has to be Kraft mac and cheese. You have to make it. He does not want Easy Mac.
No.
But I mean, just making little changes like that, I think, is good.
Yeah, it's great. It's also smart because it saves a lot of the stress.
Yeah, but sugar's awful.
Sugar's terrible. It's
all
bad.
right. We probably got to go.
Yeah, no, we got a good one in. I didn't think we'd be this long because of the Toodles thing, but
yeah, and I can't believe I cried. I mean, we have how many episodes now? A lot. Maybe 120 or something?
120, 125, something like that. Yeah.
And I probably cried. This is probably my third cry.
No, it's way more than that.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
It doesn't happen too often.
Yeah, if the over-under's 3, I'm over all day, and I'm betting everything. Yeah.
Well, I needed to cry.
Well, I think it's good, too, actually.
I needed to cry, and I didn't even know.
Crying feels good. Sometimes those tears hide between your eyes, and you just don't even know. You know what I mean?
I had no idea.
Yeah. I think that's the best cry ever. When it's like you don't really feel it coming, it just pops out, and you're like, oh, okay, because it's almost like it resets your barometer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I had some stress. I was anxious about whatever was going on, and then your body's just like, okay, quick release, and then you're done. See, that's better to do it that way, I think, than hold it in for 3 months and then do like that whole weekend of just misery. Like you know what I mean? It's better to do these little.
Yeah, I mean, you were just talking about the kids' stuff, and our life has changed so much. And then
no, not again.
I'm not gonna cry. Our life has changed so much, and the kids are only small for so long, and our kids really appreciate us
Family.
as parents, being with them. And they were very upset I wasn't able to go.
It's weird how much our kids like us.
They like us a lot.
Which I'm so...
Like, they want to hang out with us all the time.
It's awesome. I'm obviously joking, but I say it's weird because, like, a lot of our friends, like, their kids, it's like, it's not that they don't like them, of course. It's just any reason or time they can get away from their parents, they do.
Yeah, and our kids are not like
that. But
our
kids are not like that. Like, it's, tonight is family Monopoly night. And we've had to push this back like 2 or 3 days, and it's just destroyed 2 of the kids. They've been miserable about it. This big Monopoly competition, family competition, but they just want us around, and it is really cool. I mean, I'm telling you, and it's just my one thought. I think getting them in sports early, finding, and it doesn't have to be sports, by the way. If a child doesn't like sports, it's fine, but just something somewhat competitive that you can be a part of. You know what I mean? I just think that's so important. I think we did a great thing by doing that.
And I'm glad that you've been able to coach and everything, and you're the one that has to deal with all the practices and stuff.
Some of my best memories will be that. There's no doubt. I mean, I have moments over the last 4 years I'll never forget, and I know that because to me they're crystal clear now. Like it's like it happened this morning. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it is awesome. I mean, I'm sorry, like that to me. I don't want to be laying on my deathbed and go, oh, I have $50 million and I'm depressed because I don't have any family memories. No, those memories are $50 million. Thinking about coaching and the big wins and the big losses and all of that stuff and the training and all the friends they've made and good relationships with great people and great families.
And you've made friends.
And I've made, absolutely. It's just been so awesome. And, I think there was a moment where I was like, these kids really need this time because home has changed. They're not only siblings to Cal, their youngest brother, but they're also caregivers. to their youngest brother because he has autism. So
yeah, I mean, Austin's watching them right now.
yeah,
But I think part of that, like you always talk about non-special needs parents, and I have a harder time doing the non-special needs because I'm so locked into his special needs.
I think that's yes. You said that well, actually, because I think that's you are the primary autism caregiver in the house. He's kind of picked you for that.
Yeah.
I know families that say that the son or daughter has picked the dad, and that's the prime. It's kind of up to them. They kind of decide. He has really picked you. I'll give you an example. Like if I'm gone and I come home, he goes, "Hi, Daddy's home," but when Mommy comes home, he wants to throw a parade.
Mommy's home.
Look outside. Mommy's home. And then he runs, but it's awesome. That's what he's chosen you to do that. So yeah. So I think that's by design, right? Like he kind of was like, okay, Dad is going to do the non-special needs stuff with the kids sometimes, and Mom's going to be my person. So I think that's great. It's like we're not forcing an environment that it's like, nope, sorry, you can't be this way. He's very comfortable, I think, in that setup. I think he's also used to when he goes to the games, seeing me on the sideline with the kids coaching. He understands that.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine if you showed up to the fields and I was like, okay, Cal, I'm going to sit with you and Mom's going to go coach the kids? I mean, he would go, no thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so.
When he does that though, Mommy's home. It's like I've been
hilarious.
gone for like a week and I've been gone for like 2 hours.
But honestly, it makes me feel so good. He's so happy. Look
know.
outside, Mommy's home, and then he runs around the house. It's
I know.
Again, it. I don't know that that's normal anymore. Like I don't know how many kids are excited when their parents get home.
Yeah.
But he is, and he loves it. When you get home, so it's great.
He does.
All right. Good podcast. Great podcast. DailyAutism.com is how you connect with us on the socials. Very active on Facebook, which is growing like crazy, and TikTok, which is exploding. Putting a lot of content on TikTok. Aside from that, we're still our LinkedIn newsletter, our bi-weekly LinkedIn newsletter. It is LinkedIn's only autism newsletter for parents. So you can link to all of this or email everything at DailyAutism.com. Thanks again, Tracy Slepcevic, the Warrior Mom. Get the book, warriormom.org, and get more about Tracy's conference, the first ever of its kind, the Autism Health Summit for autism parents, coming in early 2024. Tickets at autismhealth.com. Autismhealth.com. Krabby Bill's, the original Krabby Bill's, Indian Rocks Beach. I think you talked me into it. Maybe we'll be there this afternoon. I don't know. I want to go. I love it. I feel like we say this all the time, and because we do, but special needs parents, you have to socialize, you have to get out, you have to enjoy yourself. And Krabby Bill's does such a great job providing that atmosphere. And not just that, they are great community partners. They support us in our Daily Autism platform. So thank you, Krabby Bill's. All right, we'll be back soon. What am I forgetting something? You're looking at me.
Well, we have some new sponsors, but we'll talk about it next week.
Well, they're coming this week.
Yes.
The first week of
Very
August.
exciting.
A new wave of partners, and really some great people and great organizations. So we've been really lucky to grow like this and find some partners and people that want to be known for supporting the autism community. But again, you can reach out to us at DailyAutism.com.
Enjoy your Sunday, and sometimes you only need 2 hours out.
I always got to tell Melissa this.
Just saying.
Even if you're listening to this and it's not Sunday, enjoy your day. Most people will listen to this on a day that's not Sunday. But yes.
Well, I'm going to enjoy my Sunday.
So if this is Wednesday, enjoy your Sunday, even though it's Wednesday, and enjoy it all. All right, y'all. Talk to you soon, and we'll see you online 24/7 right there, dailyautism.com.